Is there a generation growing up who don't know the etiquette on how to behave in a church? Is there a generation that doesn't know or maybe doesn't care about some of the rules or even know the rules? And a video aimed at reminding Catholics on how to behave when inside a church has actually gone viral. And it's created by Sancta Familia Media for the parish of Holy Family, Moss End, in the Diocese of Motherwell in Scotland. And John Mallon of Sancta Familia Media joins me on the line now. John, good day to you.
Hello, John. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Now,
well, thank you.
Is this aimed at young people, or is it a case where we've all lapsed a bit and sort of forgotten the basics of how to behave within a church?
Well, it's aimed for everyone, not just young people. We are young people ourselves. I'm 27, Brian's 24. But our demographics show that these videos that we produce every day, every week, that's our job now, are viewed hundreds and thousands of times by all age groups and all around the world. So it's quite exciting.
So you say that that's your job now, creating videos. What other sort of videos?
Well, we do videos, guides to etiquette and church behaviour, confession, how to receive communion properly. But we also really take great interest in history, Catholic history, local events. In fact, we've been last year to Ireland and for the Rosary around the border and the documentary in St Patrick's. That was very interesting as well, being there. In fact, we're based in Letterkenny, so that was quite an interesting experience for us.
This particular video that has been viewed more than 560,000 times actually would be helpful for both Catholics and non-Catholics.
Well, the reason we did this video was a demand on our page. People were asking us that they had been, lapsed from the faith for many years, young people and old, and they wanted to come back to church. So we asked them for simple advice about how to do it. They'd forgotten how to behave, they weren't sure. So this was really a gentle reminder to anyone who hasn't been in church or maybe been Catholic and has to attend a Catholic funeral or a Catholic wedding, just to follow the right etiquette and how to let it behave so they don't feel at unease in a church. That's the idea behind it.
Well, when we go to, it's good that you brought that up about funerals, and when we go to other churches, it's often a case of, watching, listening and learning just to try to do the right thing. But, if you're in a church and it's your own faith, you really should know the etiquette. But I suppose we all need a bit of a reminder now and again.
Yeah, I've noticed that, maybe not here in Scotland as much, but other countries in Europe and things, you sometimes see Catholics in church and they seem, not to be judgmental, but you seem that they behave in a way which is not really reflective of what the reality of what Mass is all about. It's such a big privilege for us Catholics to be able to attend Mass. And if you really think about it, the Masses where heaven meets earth, we're receiving the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament. This is not just some normal club or a cinema or a show. This is something of a divine reality which we have to express in the way we behave. And sure, it's also basic respect. If you don't believe in the Catholic faith and you're attending a church, have some respect for other people who do believe. And I think that's the fundamental of it, is respect and common sense above all.
This first struck me when I did a bit of travelling, and I'd be in churches abroad, and often Catholic churches, but they're really to admire the architecture and the building and so on, and the history attached to it. But nonetheless, when you're in a church, there is an etiquette, and whether that's to do with what you're wearing or taking photographs or turning off your mobile phone, there's certain basic rules. It's good manners in a lot of cases.
Totally agree. It's just, I think it's basic common sense. You wouldn't behave badly if you're invited to someone's dinner, or you wouldn't behave badly if you're invited as a special guest to Buckingham Palace or to meet the Cheese-Cirque or something like that. There's different things and different etiquette required for all situations. But that's why we made this video, just to remind people. And also for our own parish as well, in Holy Family Moss End. I can't say we have too many problems with behaviour in our church. Our parishioners are very well behaved, and we've got a very good parish priest, Father Jim Grant, who over the years here has encouraged and reminded us. So that's where we take our lead from.
Would there be a good Irish and even Donegal influence in Moss End?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, Donegal is very, very close to Brian and our hearts. My paternal grandfather, Malin, he had some ancestors from Kilkenny, and there's many people here who hail from Donegal, first generation, second generation. I think they actually call Lanarkshire East Donegal in these parts. So it's a bit of a link with both Donegal and Lanarkshire and Glasgow.
That close.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And is it a case where the rules over the years have become a little looser, where they're not quite as strict as they used to be? I mean, recently the Pope has been praised for encouraging mums to breastfeed, and this was during a ceremony, I think, in the Sistine Chapel. So, are the rules a little bit, not quite as regimental as maybe they were 10, 20 years ago?
But what we're saying is not regimented rules. This is just helpful advice. I think the rules ultimately don't really change in regards behaviour. Obviously, there are cultural influences involved. It may vary from different countries, what's respectful, what's not respectful. But yeah, the key thing of this video is not to impose a rule, it's to actually encourage people to feel comfortable in a church. So yeah, we're perfectly much in line with Pope Francis' view that if people want to feel comfortable in a church, there is a basic etiquette you have to follow, but at the same time, it's about making people feel at ease and at home in a body of the church.
Well, the video is up on Facebook, created by Sancta Familia Media. John Mallon, thanks ever so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.